Okay, yep, thanks for the QSO, 7-3. We'll catch you again. Kilo 6 Delta Juliet Victor, Whiskey Golf 7, Mike, take care. This is Whiskey Golf 7, Mike, QRZ.
Kilo Mike 6, Yankee Sierra Sierra.
Kilo Mike 6, Yankee Sierra Sierra. Thanks for the call. My name is Steve. I have you 5-5 to Nampa, Idaho. Kilo Mike 6, Yankee Sierra Sierra, Whiskey Golf 7, Mike. How do you copy me? Over.
5-9 to Caldwell.
Oh, okay, neighbor. Yeah, all right, a little bit of ground wave action. So what have you been hearing on the band tonight? Over.
Earlier I was able, this is like maybe 45 minutes ago, I talked to a guy in Georgia. I was able to hear him and a gentleman out of Las Vegas, and then another guy out of Alaska about 45 minutes ago. The only one who could hear me, though, was the guy that was in Georgia, but I could hear all three of them. Over.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, I was on 15 meters a little bit earlier today, but I thought I'd run out to the shack and just see if anything was still going on 20. I heard a few stations, not a whole lot of activity, a few, and just thought I'd give it a call. So, yeah, just see what was happening. Are you usually on this late, or is this just kind of just thought you'd fire it up type thing? Over.
Yeah, I just thought I'd fire it up actually, and I realized after my first call to you that I was still down at 5 watts from tuning earlier today. And so when I was talking to that guy in Georgia, I was talking to him on 5 watts.
Oh yeah, that happened to me on 10 meters once. I was, the station was coming in strong. It was from Brazil. I was on 10 meters. And I'm putting out my call, and he kept asking me to repeat everything. I mean, over and over and over. And he was booming in, and I'm like, I don't know what the problem is. So I finally get done with the QSO, and I was tuning around and was going to retune another part of the band and realized, oh man, I'm at 5 watts. I never turned the power back up, so that's why you could barely hear me. That happens, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to say it's my first time, but it's not.
Oh yeah, it's all part of the fun. So let's see. Your call looks familiar. You're a POTA guy, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we've talked before. I think we had this kind of same dialogue where either you or I was calling CQ, and we came back to each other and realized we were next door neighbors.
Oh yeah, very good. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, I think you just activated recently. I think I saw your spot. What's the BLM land there, just south of Kuna? It's escaping me at the moment. And yesterday I went to Montour, WMA, so that was a first for me. I don't know why I've never gone there before, but just east of Emmett a little bit, and that worked out pretty good. The band was wide open. I got contacts on 10, 15, 17, and 20. So it was pretty productive. Thought I'd get one last thing in before the storm hit. And then late yesterday, I was starting to wonder if it was even going to storm, because when I came back, there was still hardly any clouds, just a little bit of light clouds. But yeah, it happened overnight there. Over.
Yeah, roger that. I was telling folks last night as we finished our church service, I thought, it's not going to snow, guys. If it hasn't started yet, it's not going to do it. And I was wrong. But yeah, hey, where's that place at near Emmett you were talking about? What's it called?
Yeah, it's the Montour WMA. So you go to Emmett, basically head east about 8 or 9 miles, and it's right off the highway.
Okay, that seems like that would be kind of up in that. Is that towards the canyon or up in the canyon?
Yeah, it's kind of but it's wide open. It's not like in a narrow part. So it's right near. I guess there's a little town of Montour. So there's a few houses and stuff. But yeah, it kind of opens up so you can get a signal out and everything. It's not bad at all, and it's a pretty large area. So of course this time of year there wasn't that many people there. I saw a little sign that says they stock it for pheasant. So I think it's kind of marshy, typical bird type hunting stuff. So there was hardly anybody there. So just, yeah, no, it's, you'll just have to look on the POTA map there. It's between, where you go over to 55 there, just, there's a little highway that links those, the one going up the other way together. So, yeah, no, nice little WMA, over.
Yeah, roger that. So I'm looking at your, I know what you're talking about, the on that road that links the Horseshoe Bend and Emmett.
Yeah, that's the one. Just a highway, easy drive, and it's just barely off the highway. It's you don't have to go, super far out in the middle of nowhere, so it's not bad at all.
Hey, are you on your inverted L antenna right now?
Yep, this is the inverted L right here.
And is that a G5RV, or what is it?
No, it's just cut, it's about 77 feet long. It's the center fed, so basically you take a dipole and drop one end vertical and one end horizontal. I just got the length off a CBIC article, and it's not a resonant antenna. It's not really resonant on any frequency, but he gave a list of approximate lengths where you'll be able to tune with a tuner on all the bands. So I can tune this 80 through 10, no problem. So that's what it's picked for. It's picked for a length that's easy to tune with a tuner, and it's fed with ladder line there. Over.
Yeah, and you don't have a balance, a balun or an un in there, right? Just a straight ladder line is doing your sort of balance.
No, I've got a 4-to-1 balun. So I run a little piece of coax out the shack to a 4-to-1 balun, and then the ladder line goes from there up to the antenna. And I've got a full wave 80-meter loop, and I do the same thing. I got a little balun right outside the shack, and I just run a short piece of coax to that, and then it's ladder line up to the antenna there. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I have, well, basically I've got the G5RV. I don't have any kind of a balun on that, but just a choke. So I got that up about 40 feet, about 38 feet in the center, coming down an inverted V. And now when I lived over in town, and I had a lot smaller area, I used a G5RV Shorty, and I had that in inverted L. And that really seemed to do really good for getting out north, south, east, and west. Is that what you're finding out too?
Well, I really think the inverted L is just, it doesn't seem to have any really main directional lobes. It's pretty good all directions. And I think that's kind of the draw of it. It's got the vertical portion has a little bit lower takeoff angle, and it's not as directional like where a flat top dipole, you've got the two main lobes broadside to the antenna. The L is just kind of equally all around as best I can tell. And there's a handful of, there's times when the loop is a little bit stronger in one direction, but generally speaking, the L pulls things in just as good as the loop. And so this is my main go-to antenna. So other than that, I'm working on, I've got a beam out there, a little wire beam, a Moxon beam that I'm working on getting up. I just haven't done it. It's sitting out behind the shop, and one of these days I'll get it up. KM6YSS WG7MM back to you.
So on that Moxon, was it just one, is set for one frequency or one band, or do you got multi-band on it?
No, it's a tri-bander. It's basically 10, 15, and 20. I've got it all tuned up, and it's pretty much ready to put up. I just don't know how well it'll perform. I've used a single band Moxon before. I've never done trying the three bands together, so I still got to try it out and see if the lobes are doing anything weird, because I know they sometimes interact, but it tunes up fine, so I think it's going to be okay, but I got to get it up and try it.
Yes, so your name is Steve. My name is Dave. Just, I don't know if I told you that already or not, but yeah, I've heard that Moxon is a really good antenna for directional. Did you find that out when you were running just a single band?
Yeah, it's about equivalent to a hex beam. And the thing about the Moxon too that I liked about it is it heard really well. I mean, it was a nice quiet antenna, and you could pick out weak stations and work them. So that made it nice. No, I think it's a great antenna. if you know, want to cover all the bands, hex beam, like I said, it's similar gain, similar design. It's a lightweight wire antenna. The Moxon caught on before the hex beam was a thing, and now that the hex beam's so prevalent, the Moxon's kind of died off and isn't used as much. But it's really easy to construct, and I think that's the beauty of it. It's short elements, it's easy to construct, and but anyone can throw one up there. I had one up at a former QTH about 50 feet. I actually hung it from trees. I hung it between two trees and used guy ropes to rotate it. And it worked really well. I could point it, I would point it east during the day, and then when afternoon came, like in the summer, and the VKs and ZLs would come in, I'd turn it southwest and then work those guys, and I could turn it west, and if Europe was coming in, I could turn it to northeast and work them. So, yeah, no, that was a fun antenna, and it was really simple to build there.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that when the weather gets nicer, is building one and getting it up for 20 meters at least. I was talking to a guy, we were talking about the Mox, and he was giving me that as an alternative for a directional antenna, and I did some reading on it. But yeah, it would seem that, from what I understand, it's quiet. You can in the direction you send it, in the direction you aim it, you're just going to get those signals there. You're not going to get the stuff off the back of the beam or off the sides. So you get a very good gain in that direction that you're pointing on what you're receiving, and of course what you're putting out.
Yeah, I found it was actually pretty good off the sides. And the thing about the Moxon and the hex beams too is because there's not a huge amount of gain, it's a really large lobe. So basically you can point it east and you'll get, clear down all the southern states up into Canada. It's a really large lobe, but it does, the front to back's a little better than the hex beam. I don't know if it's enough to really make a difference, but according to the modeling, it's a little better than the hex beam there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a shot, making one. And now so yours is multi-band. I'm kind of curious how you did that. Has it got several different layers, or?
No, it's basically instead of a perfect rectangle, I've got all the different the driven elements are all coming off the same balance and going at somewhat of an angle, and then the critical thing on the Moxon is the length between the driven element and the reflector. So getting that spacing correct, that's, you can change the shape. They can be kind of square, they can be rectangle. There's different ones, but the critical thing to get the SWR and make it work is the spacing between the two elements there. So yeah, I've got it tuned, but I have read that some of the guys that built multi-banders said they didn't perform as well as a single band. But I've also worked guys that built their own multi-banders and were completely happy with them. So I'll have to just get this up and see how it does.
How high up are you think you're going to be able to put it?
I don't think it's going to be super high. I'm guessing it's going to be about 35 feet when all said and done. So that's probably what I'm going to have it at.
Well, if you need any help getting it up, man, let me know. I'd be glad to come over and help.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I don't think it'll be a problem. I kind of built a base, and then I'm going to use a little wrong mast. So I don't think it'll be too bad. But I do appreciate the offer there. Yeah, it's fun to try different antennas and see how things work.
Yeah, and I wasn't really offering for you. I was offering for me. I want to see it.
Oh yeah, I'll have to let you know when it's up, so you can come take a look at it. Actually, if you want to take a look at it, it's sitting in the yard. It's sitting right behind the shop. It's at eye level right now, so you can take a look at it. It's right behind the shop. I'm good on QRZ.
Okay, maybe I'll give you a shout out one of these weekends coming up, and on a Saturday or something, swing by and take a look at it.
Yeah, and even if I just get it up about 20 feet, I really ought to test it out and see how it does. I really ought to do that one of these days. I'm getting closer, but every time I'm about ready to work on it, something happens, like it snows or something like that. You know, or something else pops up. So I got it all built and it's about ready to go. Just haven't got it up yet.
Awesome. All right, Steve. Hey, it was great talking to you, man. And thanks for picking me up, my friend.
All right, very good. Well, thanks for the QSO, and maybe we'll bump into you out and about. I know we've worked, I think I worked you during a QSO party and some of the POTA stuff, but I'm sure we'll bump into you sometime. All right, well, take care. 7-3, Kilo Mike 6, Yankee Sierra Sierra, 7-3 from Whiskey Golf 7, Mike.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. 73.
7-3. And this is Whiskey Golf 7, Mike. Yours is. CQ. Whiskey Golf 7, Mike. Calling CQ. Whiskey Golf 7, Mike. Calling CQ and listening.